Check it out. I think it is happening. Looks like it's happening. All right. This is the ambassador of Iraq. Been promoting this speech for some time. Here now the entrance. Here. Let's check it out. Here comes the ambassador of Turkey. He's coming in. He's coming in. We've also seen. Have we seen Tanguy Stehelin, who's an aide, something of an aide to Antonio Guterres. Used to be the legal advisor of the French mission. Then he brought France Afrique to the 38th floor. Let's check it out.
Sir.
Fine.
Yeah, good. How's everything?
Everything's fine. This guy's either from Australia or New Zealand. This gentleman running up here with the mission. It's a whole UN turnout here. Probably New Zealand, actually. This guy has a diplomatic look. It's the ambassador. It does. Yes, it does. Yeah. Look at this guy with the Australian ambassador is. It's a definite diplomatic look. Detective Murphy.
Hey,
I'm curious what this guy said to you. He just said, "Get ready, the Secretary General is coming."
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You good?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm a journalist. I've covered the
okay.
Secretary General, and I've written articles that he's corrupt.
Okay.
And for that reason, they often will try to, well, whatever. So that's why I asked you the question.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I understand.
I'm just here assisting.
Totally.
I mean, if anything happens, I'm just actually to move up.
Totally. Absolutely.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, be aware. You might think that the UN is one thing, but you might find it something totally different.
You know what we do? We just do our job.
Yeah.
We don't know the background.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. That's why I'm giving you a little bit of background. But
No,
it's
no,
okay.
that's good.
All right.
No, that's
Just
good.
letting you know.
That's good. That's good. You're within your right to do your job.
Absolutely.
You know? So.
That's the funny thing. Like even Mayor de Blasio, people write a story that he's corrupt. He doesn't like. Oh, he does. Actually. Sometimes he tries, but the Secretary General can do anything he wants.
Right.
He's a diplomat. Anyway, there you have it.
What's your name, by the way?
Matthew Lee.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Miguel Murphy. I'm from the 2
Okay, great. I actually cover the courts a lot these days.
Okay.
So I've seen some really. I'm covering a couple of trials. One is a cold case Bronx murder from 1997. They've got old fingerprints. There's a double murder on like University Avenue.
Okay.
But they're bringing in all kind of evidence from like 1991, a van on the Grand Concourse. Half of the detectives are now retired. One guy works in Florida. It's incredible. It's quite a trial. Nobody else is covering it, I guess, because it's so old. It's very interesting. It's definitely like you could make a movie out of it because all the evidence is so old and the people look different. Like these guys are testifying about being drug dealers, but they look like little old men now. So it's very hard to take it seriously. But the guy's like, yeah, we drove to Yonkers, we did this, we did that.
Why is it taking so long to?
I don't know why. They had some kind of there was some break in the case. It hasn't really become clear to me. They just keep putting in, pieces of evidence. They have a lady from the NYPD who they literally this stuff is on cars, NICID numbers. Really interesting. Really like so I'm learning a lot.
They never caught anybody.
They never caught anybody at the time. Suddenly these guys probably thought they were about to get over, and now the hammer is coming down on them.
Okay.
But they've got lawyers. Each one has 3 lawyers. I don't know if they're free or they're paying them. I don't know.
Wow.
But they have. It's a good trial.
It's always amazing to me, like how far they'll go.
Yeah.
With evidence that they can find. So many
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the defense lawyers are asking each witness, when did they contact you? And some of them, they were only contacted like 30 years after the fact.
Yeah.
They found a lease from 1994. Who lived in what apartment? Commissary accounts in jail. Who sent the guy money for his food? It's really it's fascinating. I've been writing stories, but somebody needs to write a book about the case, even though no one ever heard about the perps. I mean, the guy or possible perps. The alleged perp.
Yeah. Wow.
You know. Anyway, it's interesting.
No.
You know, and a lot of these guys retired. I guess they did 20 years and they retired. Some guy came up from. Now he works in some police department in Florida. Second job, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Wow. But
they brought him all the way up just to say.
Question: What happened on those days?
His memo book. He still has his memo book. The guy, I don't know if you keep your memo book because he pulled out his own memo book. He's reading from it. He said, "I went to the Grand Concourse. There were 4 guys in the van." I mean, it's amazing. It's like reconstructing something from 30 years ago.
If you love the job that much back then, you want to see.
No, totally. I think you have a duty. Maybe you have a duty. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, he still works in law enforcement. So when they tell him to come up, I just wonder who paid. Like the defense didn't ask him who paid your flight or where you staying. They have to. No way. That's good. It seems like you're well known here.
I've been doing this for 21 years.
Very good.
Even when I was on patrol, I was a guy that, listen, I'll come out, I love my neighborhood.
Totally. That's good. That's good. I was just I rode a bike here. I was wet, so I went into Metropolitan Hospital thinking I could find a way to dry off. This neighborhood is so weird now. You have these very expensive buildings, and then it's kind of shabby. Like I have to say, I went in just to see if I could find a hand dryer or something to dry my shirt, and it was it's weird. This is like an intersection of like low income New York and upper income New York. It's like a tripwire, you know.
And now we have the subway here.
Yeah, it's going to make things actually more.
They're going to start construction, I think, at the end of the year.
Yep. I saw it. Oh, wait. First Avenue 96. I saw people going in for the W, or maybe I'm wrong.
No. It's right here.
Okay.
So it's going to be the 2nd Avenue.
Gotcha.
Subway.
Yeah.
But they're going to start construction at the end of the year from here up.
Wow. Whoa. So these guys must be diplomats. You see the blue. One guy has a blue card.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
No. I don't know. So
you know this is. I see your.
Terrible what happened, you know?
Yeah, really terrible. I agree. Shocking.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, really. Especially, it seemed like it's such a small, peaceful country. Like you didn't, not that you would expect it anywhere, but you definitely didn't expect it to.
Well, one of his statements, it was like, "Look, I wanted to do it here because people know that nowhere you're safe from that."
Yeah, that's really horrendous. I think this could be the convoy.
Put it in the corner and come out. Yeah, and we're here showing our support for whatever it takes, whatever they need.
Yeah, this makes sense.
I know it happened.
It's a global thing. These things now are global. Something happens thousands of miles away.
Yeah.
I think the Prime Minister was very smart. She was like, "We're not going to even mention the guy's name. We're not going to say his name. We're not going to give him any publicity." No. I think that's the way to do it.
The way you see them on the media and TV, they don't show his face.
Exactly.
That's it.
I think that's much smarter because people do it for that reason, you know.
They want the attention.
Yeah.
The publicity.
Okay, now. So I think this is it. This is the big man himself. You'll see how nicely behaved I am. Not even going to ask a question. It's too serious, you know. Here comes the ambassador of Kuwait.
Just stay.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. No problem. Come in here. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I know these guys.
Oh, okay.
That was a UN photographer. This place is like totally. Tanguy Stehelin. That's the guy from the. He's in. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Sure. So you can see what happened here. One of Antonio Guterres' security guards, for absolutely no purpose, tried to tell the precinct to come and stand and surround me because they can't handle corruption coverage. Because Antonio Guterres, despite his day late and a dollar short showing up here, is totally corrupt. He's a gentleman that is absolutely corrupt, driving in a Mercedes, misusing UN New York City Police Department, stealing money from the Chinese, covering up bribery, just shocking and disgusting. Yes, it's true. You've seen it once again here. But I'm glad that we came, just to see how corrupt Antonio Guterres can be. We can say totally, these guys are running. They're on the move. They're on the move. They're going around the corner. You know what? Anything this gentleman says is going to be false. Totally false. We spoke to Detective Rivera, who was told by the tall guy, Antonio, they should be embarrassed of themselves. Embarrassed. They've become nothing but a gang of gangsters for a corrupt Secretary General. Dump Guterres, no second term. It's me. You see? So let's see what happens.
Have the wristband? Okay, thank you. Let's go. Go ahead.
Okay, looks like we're in. Okay, let's check it out. The gentleman said he would show me the list. I'm invited by the French mission to an event about press freedom. Without any piece of paper, they tell me I have to leave. What's the basis? Because I said that Antonio Guterres is corrupt, should have disclosed on his financial forms his connection to a Chinese firm that's been prosecuted for bribery? Where is the piece of paper? Where's the list?
We'll provide it to you.
Okay, good. I'm waiting, because I've been waiting.
Okay, it cannot come that quickly.
Okay, great.
Give us some time.
Okay.
Romeo unit, 91 control, please.
For the record, I have an invitation. I've been invited to the event on press freedom. Where is it coming? The list is coming. Yeah, sure. The gentleman on camera once wrote secretly to the spokesman, Stephane Dujarric, urging him to look into a matter and have a journalist thrown out. Then he claimed that the email was protected by copyright under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act and had it removed from search. These seem like strange acts, but nothing competes with Antonio Guterres' non-public permanent banned list that he can put anyone on. And none of the groups that are his interlocutors on human rights will say a word about it. Right here at the United Nations, the destruction of an organization. Well, it's 2:30. This was the press freedom event. This was it. I got a guy with some bags of flowers. It's all happening right here at the United Nations. Totally correct.